Hey Pisces, this is your May 2023 reading. I am running late. Let's get started. So, here we go. The center you have one of your cards, another one of your cards here. Let's see. So your main focus, or what's going to be um, the present moment for you, is something to do with family at this time. Now, this could be on, waiting to start your own family. This can be about waiting for some financial family assets to come through. But something's being held up, or there's like a period of sacrifice that's going on for the family. You might feel kind of restricted in some sort of way, but you might be also becoming coming to a realization about something to do with your financial health for the long term, or your family's financial health for the long term. You also might be coming to a spiritual realization about your family, something going on with your family. And what you're thinking about right now is the harmony, and how things were kind of lovey-dovey in the past. You've got some nostalgia on your mind at this time, and it could be playing into kind of maybe the situation at hand with the feeling held up, or feeling at a somewhat at a distance. I feel like also feeling detached almost from the situation with your financial health, or maybe you're thinking about some sort of gift that was given to you financially. It's very possible that you could be kind of reminiscing about the past because you're feeling kind of lonely at this time. Because I do have the Three of Cups here in the subconscious, or what you're not aware of. You could also be thinking a lot about physical, romantic relationships at this time, and when something is going to come to pass. You could also be thinking about gifting somebody something. In the recent past, you were made an offer that either you weren't noticing, it wasn't coming through in your perception, it was kind of in the peripheral, or there was something that was offered to you that you were dissatisfied with, or you weren't seeing interest in. So, if this has to do with love, maybe you're presently feeling pretty kind of at the sacrificial as a sacrificial lamb toward your finances. You might have built up some kind of stability or a business of some kind, and now you're looking to find that extra special somebody to share it all with. This is another likely possibility. You might feel like you're taking a step back in a relationship as well, and that you miss the times when things were going much better for you in terms of that relationship. Maybe back to childhood, or maybe when you were in college, or if you're young, then maybe back when you were, in middle school or grade school, and now you're in high school. This is the kind of thing I'm getting. In the future, I see somebody, putting themselves out there, making another offer to you. Maybe in the past, this offer wasn't really on your mind, or wasn't really meshing with who you were at the time. But now in the future, this friend or this romantic relationship seems to be coming back in. They might be a little bit shy or timid, or maybe this is somebody new, but and most likely they could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Heavy emphasis on your sign, Pisces, because I have these two cards here. Your advice is to stay balanced. Don't sacrifice all of your time for your money, but don't delve too seriously into making any formal commitments or contracts at this time. Nothing binding. Just keeping it's also the card of contracts. So let me see. Let me get some clarity, because it can go either way. And I usually don't I do read reversals, but I try not to have them happen. I don't mix my cards up heavily. If they rotate when I'm shuffling and I don't notice it, then it's a definite. So can we have clarity on the Justice card for Pisces? Oh, that's a popper. The Three of Pentacles. So this is a collaborative effort or a formality. So there's some contract here. Maybe it's to move in with somebody or move in with a friend. Because the Ten of Pentacles can also be the home, right? It can be like an actual place of living, like a family home of some kind, or a residence where you set up shop. You might work from home as well. There is some sort of commitment having to do with entering into a third party agreement, or some sort of contract with showing off some sort of skill or talent or something that you've been working towards. This can be literal contract work as well. So if you do build houses, or you're building a house for yourself, this can have to do with that. But it's advising you to stay balanced and maybe make this formal, because they're both formal cards. There's something to that there. So other people are seeing you as somebody who is rising to the occasion in your life, that's kind of gotten a fire lit under your butt, in a sense. Something is like waking you up to something. There is some sort of you feel called to action on something. So maybe they're seeing this great change in you in terms of what you're feeling called to do in life, your life purpose maybe, or the direction of your life at this time. And I say this because I have the Tower right above it, and that's like big, epic realizations with the Judgment card. This can also be having a living situation that has just been stagnant, and you feel like you've been sacrificing a lot for this situation, and now it's time to maybe in the past there hasn't been anything else coming up that's been exciting, or an opportunity that you've felt you could invest in, and now it seems like your advice is to take on something new and invest in something new in a balanced and fair way. Other people are seeing you as calling the shots, taking action on what you feel at this time called to do in your own life. So what you're hoping for or you're fearing. The Tower. You might fear that something is going to happen that's going to throw you off your game, um, or that this action won't be what you've been called to do will not be good and not will not work out. There might be some kind of collapse, a foundation that isn't stable as well. If you're buying a new home or signing a contract for a new place of living, you would want to check the foundation. It's very prevalent here. Something about the foundation is important. It needs to be sturdy, it needs to be strong. Also, you might be hoping for things to collapse. You might hope for something to come in and rock your world and change it right now because you've been very stagnant. This stagnation that's come in that's been kind of pressing up against your life, and it seems like you're doing well. It's just like there's something that isn't as satisfying. Maybe it's the actual floor space, maybe it's the floor plan, maybe it's something to do with the framework of what your situation has been presently that's just kind of feeling a little bit restrictive. I think that it's that you're looking for a bigger home because I have the Hangman, which is about being restricted and seeing things in a new way, and the Ten of Pentacles can be about a home, right? And also the fours represent homes, and I have how many fours? 1 4, but it's right here. It's about like it's like Cancer in the 4th house to me. For some reason, it's showing up as that. I'm pretty sure it's not that, but Cancer in the 4th house. There's some sort of like wanting to feel secure and safe at home, and you do, but feeling also like a little bit restricted or trying to get a new perspective on something, get more freedom, get more. And this is also a card of freedom, being free, because something comes in that frees your spirit in some sort of way. There's some kind of hit you get, some kind of synchronicity, something makes you feel at a deep level like, oh, I need to go and do this now. This isn't a timing card as well, divine timing, but timing nonetheless. And it's gonna come in fast, so it might be an opportunity that you need to take. Like in the past, you might have lollygagged at an opportunity, and now you are being asked to take this opportunity that's coming in and either run with it or at least feel the situation out quickly and make sure that you've got stable ground to jump to. You might be fearing that that's not going to be available to you, or that you might be hoping that something comes in, rocks your world, shakes it up, pushes you into a new slate. In terms of the outcome for you, there's an offer. It might seem a little bit immature at first. I hope this is working. It might seem like it's not underrated, just maybe not as well thought out, or kind of in its immature state. There's some kind of news you hear. It could be from a child or somebody younger than you in your life. But I'm thinking it's more of like news that comes in that's at its beginning stages of growth and development. And it's probably a friend that's going to tell you this. And it's going to end up, for some reason, it's going to end up with you feeling some sort of remorse or regret over a friend of some kind, or some sort of loss, which could be because of the Tower. You might get a call that somebody's pet has passed, or maybe your childhood pet has passed. There's something to do with maybe the loss of a pet, or the happy memories you had with a pet. This also could be your friends, something to do with your friends, and it's something that you don't know, maybe. So maybe your friend is going to call you and tell you that they had a loss or of some kind, and you might feel sad or remorseful or regretful, but then you reconnect with this person, and then there's this like happy kind of rejoicing and celebrating the relationship that you have, rekindling this friendship, rekindling this relationship of some kind. So then coming in, and I do see this friend being somebody who's pretty practical, kind of salt of the earth person, somebody who's maybe got a green thumb, maybe they're a little bit darker skin tone than you. Maybe they like to be out in the sun, and they get a good tan. There's something about them that's like very earthy and creative as well, and nurturing. So this is somebody that's also well to do with their finances, or at least they hold their own with their finances. They're somebody who likes to take care of other people. So, and there's something about them being maybe from another culture, or them being a little bit different than you, and you having to compromise on something. Maybe there's kind of like this this next step you're taking. You're walking through this portal, this door. Could be a literal door to a new home, and sharing the home with this person. This is also welcoming in somebody to your home. Maybe things have been kind of stagnant, and you're looking to bring new energy into the home. So you could be inviting, this also can be your mother. Okay. And I see it's coming, she's coming up in the 11th house. So this could be about building a future with somebody new, or somebody that you've known in the past is being brought in to kind of, you're either nurturing them or they're nurturing you type situation. All right, let's go through the houses. First house, 10 of Pentacles. You right now are going to be feeling very secure in yourself. You are going to be seen out in the world as somebody who is doing well, and somebody who might have good bone structure. Maybe you lost a little bit of weight. Maybe people are giving you a second look, saying like, wow, you really kind of grew into yourself. You might be going through some kind of glow up moment in terms of your finances. People are noticing how it's affecting your personal appearance. Your home also. You could be doing some decorating in your home that has to do with your personal expression of who you are, and really resonates with you at this time. Second house of what you value. You will be valuing some sort of enlightening kind of news that you get from a friend, or an idea that comes to you when you're at home during this period. You also could be really valuing this new perspective that you have. And you could be looking, I almost feel like you're more grateful about the resources that you currently have. You're seeing what you can do with them, how you can move things around. You're noticing like your abundance, and you're taking another look at it. You also could be realizing something about your family as well, and like being appreciative of the family, or there's something about your physical abundance. If you are having a family, you could be noticing a change in your body because you're getting ready to birth. Like you're actually feeling the physical, and enjoying like seeing yourself morph and change through this process. There's something about your body going through a progression that is, you're feeling more secure in yourself, and you're getting it, you're seeing this new perspective of like, oh wow, I do like the way I look, or I do feel more secure in my own skin type situation. Also, first house is the physical body, right? So your bones in your teeth are going to be really important at this time. Um, this is a Saturnian kind of card, so that's what I'm getting with it. Also, your bones, your teeth, and your feet. You also could be doing some kind of physical activity. There's some sort of skill that you have that you do with your feet. Could be dancing, could be swimming. It involves the feet and the bone structure in some sort of way. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. This is also a pedicure business. I don't have the Empress card, but I'm seeing like something to do with that. Okay, so third house. Siblings, cousins. This is also your day to day. You could be thinking about a place you used to go to in town that you no longer visit anymore, that's closed down. And having fond memories about that place. Um, it might have been in your local vicinity, and it just closed down, and so you're remembering times, good times. You're also thinking about giving somebody something. It could be something that's really kind of an intimate type of gift, and by intimate I mean it's like really well thought out and emotionally connected to them in some sort of way. You could be thinking a lot about sex at this time. That's another way this card can come up. Um, there's something to do with a celebration about a home. So either you're getting a new home, or you're inviting, you're having a housewarming party with friends, or there's something to do with a celebration in the home. This could be a marriage as well, because I have the Justice card, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. All I would really need to be certain is the Four of Wands, and I don't have that. So I'm just going to let you figure it out for yourself, what seems to be falling into place in your life. But there's something to do with family, celebrations, the home. It very well could be getting news that you're going to be having a baby, or letting people know you're trying to have a baby, or you hear that a sibling is or a cousin is having a baby. Fourth house and the Three of Cups. This is having a get together with friends, as well as mundane as that might sound. It's just having a get together at your home, enjoying good times, good wine, etc. Um, so, and this is family celebration. So anything that falls under those categories. Fifth house. What something that you passed up before. Your friends might have asked you to go out and do something with them, and you weren't really thinking it was going to be your thing. Um, or something that your friends are going to start doing together, you might not really want to partake in, as a leisurely activity of some kind. Maybe they like to go gamble, um, and you're not really into that. Or maybe they like to, this is like hookah or something you're just not into for some reason. Or you might feel left out when you go out to have fun with your friends, or do some activity with them, and you meet somebody new there. There's something new about this. There might be somebody from the past as well. That might be where you bump into this person. It's like you've been thinking about this person, then you bump into them. It's like a freak kind of thing. In the future. which is the sixth house of your health. Good news regarding the health, about longevity, about the stability of your health. This could be good news about a child's health or a younger person's health in your life. How many pages do I have? Just one? So it's probably not, it's either a specific child or it's just news that's coming in from a friend about their health, and maybe you've been waiting to hear about some sort of news having to do with your teeth or your bones or something like that. Maybe you go to the dentist and they say everything's good, and you're like kind of like, whoa, that's shocking. Um, or something like that. Um, all right, sixth house. That's also your work. So you could get an offer to do something that's maybe you see as a little bit beneath you in terms of what you want to be doing, but it's still being available and presented to you. It's in good faith. It might be a little bit of a step down in some regard, but at least it's there. There's an opportunity there. Maybe you missed an opportunity in the past, and now there's a new one coming in, or that it's being reoffered to you. And then the seventh house, marriage is big here. Somebody, maybe in the past you didn't want to get married, or somebody didn't want to commit to you in some sort of way, vice versa. And now there's commitment coming in terms of partnerships of some kind. So this could be a work contract, this can be a relationship. There is something to do with formalities here that's going to be big this month, having to do with homes or families, or tying the knot in some sort of way, sealing the deal. Eighth house, very scorpionic kind of energy. This is almost like a seance or some sort of necromancy, or watching a show on the rise of the living dead of some kind. There's some kind of unearthing something coming back, being woken up from a deep sleep type situation. So maybe you're being called to action in terms of your shared resources and partnerships of some kind, and that's probably what this is right here. Maybe you're getting a call about some debts that you owe, and you're having to kind of deal with that. There's something here about being pushed to being woken up to having to do something important. There's importance here. Whether it's important to you or important to somebody else, it seems like there's something substantial. Also, this is having a kind of psychic kind of awakening of some sort. So if you have been having any weird kind of things happening, of course, I mean, if you're hearing anything or experiencing anything that could be considered a mental health issue, I suggest you seek a doctor. Obviously, this is a tarot reading. This is not a physical exam. I'm not a professional medical provider, so don't take my word as like, stone, written in stone. But there's something here about that. And ninth house, hopes, fears. It's also travel. You might suddenly go on a trip abroad, or you might suddenly go on a trip at a distance somewhere. This is also your beliefs. You might be waking up to a new belief. There's a new perspective you're getting, especially with the Hanged Man, the Tower, and the Judgment card. That is like a major change, like about your belief system, your perspective on life. You might get some information or listen to the news, or a friend tells you something, and it completely changes how you feel about something that you felt very strongly about in the past. Something may rock your world. So this is a big time, and we have eclipse. We're in eclipse season, so it's this is the energy that we have here. And also, I believe that this eclipse coming up is in Scorpio. This eclipse is going to be major for you, Pisces. Major, major, major. Yeah, it's going to be what you thought was not. Maybe it's like literally a spiritual awakening where you see something that you're like, I can't believe that I just saw that, or something like along those lines. I'm not gonna. Um, there's so many things that it could be. It could be like really positive, and it can also go the other way. It just depends on your perspective. But it seems like it's an epic month for you, regardless. I don't see there being too much bad things. I just see that in your outcome card is a little disappointing because it is the Five of Cups, and that's the card of disappointment, right? It's the card of loss, of remorse, grieving over the loss of something. It could be a pet, like I said before, a family pet. You get a call that, your dog that, what you had when your parents had when you lived at home is passed, or some sort of animal. That could be the sad, the down point. That might be what's changing or rocking your world. But I think this is more than that. I think that this is like something to do with your internal system of some kind. Your whole maybe childhood upbringing could be, this could have some conflict here with that. Not necessarily arguments or anything, just like, wow, I really see things for how they really are now. That the pink elephant in the room is kind of brought to my attention, and I understand things more now. It's also your career, right? The 10th house is your career. There could be a friend at work or a group of friends at work that are not happy with the fact that you're dating somebody in the workplace now. Maybe you started dating a coworker, or maybe they're even like your supervisor or your boss, because this is the 10th house of Capricorn, and other people are not pleased with this and are showing their true colors about like how they feel towards you in regards to the situation, and so you're feeling a little bit sad about maybe losing some kind of connections with them. That could also be what it is. It doesn't seem like... This also could be something to do with some change that's made at work that causes some... Like a friend of yours in a department that you work in, you work with your best friend, and then they move things, or they cut that person from your schedule, and they change the schedule, and now you're not working with that person anymore. It seems like if you're on a new schedule, or your friend isn't around anymore, you do have like somebody else that you're going to partner up with, that you're going to hit it off with, and there's going to be a nice balance between you and this person. This could also be a romantic thing as well. This could be where you meet that person that enters your life for this period of time romantically. So that's the 10th house. Somebody who you thought was your friend, that other people thought you were inseparable, might go their separate ways, or a job might not be... There's something about the job not being... Maybe you had a contract at work and it didn't do... the outcome didn't go as well as you'd hoped for. You lost a contract, but there's still like another opportunity to create a partnership of some kind. So it shouldn't be a total loss. It might feel like a bummer at first or a setback in career, but you're going to be okay. 11th house, friends, future forward thinking. maybe you're thinking about what else to nurture in your life. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to have a garden. This is also technology, so this is something to do with, give me 1 second, Pisces. This is humanity and nurturing humanity. Something to do with, you could also hear that one of your mother's friends have passed. And that's maybe what I'm getting, like your mom's best friend that you've known since you were little and growing up. She might have passed. This is also your mother's future. So during this time, you could be planning, where your mother's going to live. You could literally be doing something with humanitarian efforts in terms of caring for the world in some sort of way, and philanthropy. There's some sort of this is some new baby monitoring kind of, or mom kind of technology, parenting technology. I don't know. It's coming through. It's weird. It's gatekeeping. It's like, I don't even know if I want to go there. Some sort of technology having to do with like how you nurture something. So it can be plant technology, like some sort of growing system of some kind, if you're into that sort of thing, or if you lose a plant, you might be able to revive that plant. There's something about that. There's like this new method or technology or some sort of thing. It could have to do with your mother, her friends, your mom's future. It can have to do with she's the yeah, it's future forward planning. It could have to do with the mother. It could have to do with what you're nurturing next. What kind of friendship do you want to nurture next? Which relationship do you want to focus more on? That sort of thing. It also, because normally the Queen of Pentacles card, other than this deck, I always see this deck as like the original Rider-Waite. She's nurturing that coin. But in other decks, I feel like this deck that I have here, the Hanson Roberts, she's holding a bunny, right? So this could be like you lost a pet, now you're thinking about getting a new one. Maybe you're donating your time to kind of help animals or people in some sort of way. Twelfth house. This is looking for something. Maybe your belief system has been a little bit shattered and you were kind of hoping for a change with it because it wasn't resonating with you anymore. But now you're looking for something else to fill that. So this could have anything to do with family beliefs, values. Because this is you feeling like getting your new perspective on what you value. You're getting a new outlook completely on life this month period. So these eclipses might really kind of shake things up and make you spiritually be like, okay, so what's next? You're really looking out there in terms of what do I do now? Like, where do I go now? I have to figure something out because there's a loss because you're losing that old part of yourself as well, in some sort of way this month period. So now you're planning for the future. It seems like you're getting ready to plan to spiritually elevate, make these big changes or compromises in your life because of these new developments that are coming in internally, and you're planning them and putting them out there and trying to change your external world or find something in the external world to fill the void, right? All right, Pisces. I hope you have a great May. I'm sorry it's a little late. See ya. Bye.